Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to another Last Epoch dev stream. As always, I'm your host, Mike. It even says it on screen. How cool is that? You know, we're just gonna have some normal fun. Let's hop in and do a little, continue a little echo doing this. So I'm playing a little bit on an actual character I've been playing personally for a while now. So this is my marksman. Been going slow with her, but you know, having some fun. We're doing firebow stuff. I played a build extremely similarly on stream recently, but you know, we're using Cinder Strike, and we're using auto exploding. Oh, we're using auto exploding decoys for some spike damage here. And I'm not great. But have some fun with it. If this is your first time here, I am one of the senior developers at 11th Hour Games working on Last Epoch, and I'm happy to answer any questions you have relating to the development of Last Epoch. Yeah, hang out, talk about it a little bit. And as always, we do stream for charity here, so this is our charity this month. We do new charity every month, and this month's charity is Salvation Army International. I have a band-aid on my index finger, and it feels so weird trying to use the mouse and click properly and actually play, because it's just like there's no friction between my mouse and my finger. It's like putting it's like those videos where they put like socks on like dog's feet or something. You're like, that poor dog. That's how I feel right now. Just, it's nowhere near as tragic because I can do something about it. Oh, I was hoping people would not notice so quickly, but yes, there's some special stuff happening in the top left corner. You can see some extra. So it looks a little different up there than usual. Waiting to see how long it would take people to notice. Oh, we dipped to 58 frames. Ugh, tragedies. Tragedies never cease. I was doing this this run into the monolith with someone else, and I think they may have been carrying me because it's going a little slower than it was before. Pretty sure it was Carve. Thanks to the carry Carve. But that's okay. What specs of the PC you're playing on right now? This is an i7 7700K, not overclocked, factory clock speed at 4.2 gigahertz. It is a 32 gigabytes of DDR3, 4 RAM. And then I have a NVIDIA GTX 1080 Ti. No overclocks or anything on there. It's a 1 terabyte Samsung NVMe solid state drive. So it's a fast drive. It's a good drive. Right. And you may have noticed, this is my favorite new thing about this. There was no loading screen there. Yes! I know it's such a tiny little thing. Love it. It's a good bow. I don't think it's... I'm really happy with my bow right now. It's really good. Might be able to craft that into something. Has higher base attack speed, which is really nice. But we don't care about physical damage at all. This thing is, I suddenly like don't have unlimited crafting materials, just throw away at everything. Like I do normally. Oh goodness. Oh goodness. Let's fix that a little bit. But yeah, let's see if we can re-roll this. Okay, I mean that is really nice now. Yeah, current one's better. I'm just gonna shatter it. It's fine. Now this is cool. Ooh. Oh, look at that! Oh, look who's come to join us! Are you warping to me? I know, so you're basically gonna be dead weight. Okay, cool! But he has meteors. Okay, sweet. It's not our... We're party chat, aren't we? There he is. John, I know you're not like in voice, but if you are watch, oh, you're in a call, right? Crap. There we go. That's much better. We got some synergy with the fire shot. I have a ton of fire shot in this build, which is great. So that'll go well with meteors. Of course, there's avalanche. For anyone who doesn't know, Moxjet, who joined me here on stream, is the game director, actually. So if you see him around on any socials with that that name, that's who you're talking to. He pops his head in every once in a while. Oh, he just saw that I was streaming multi and was like, no one's with him! No! Someone get in there, I'll do it! Dang, nice. We just this morning added into the social panel the where it says what level everyone is and where they are and the details on their character information and everything. So that's not in this build yet, unfortunately. So I can't look and see what level he is. But we can. Oh, I'm getting pinged. Oh, it's not related. Okay, sweet. Is multiplayer in the game now? Multiplayer is it's in testing phase right now, so it's in an internal testing phase. We do have community testers who are able to access multiplayer. The full multiplayer patch you will be available March 9th. I keep that date changed a few times, and I keep second guessing myself. So double check with our social posts to make sure if that date's wrong. I think it's right. I should have just plastered it right in front of me. I mean, an account via Steam, is there any way that I can link that to a forum account? The first time you logged into the game, we did that for you automatically. March 9th is correct. Sweet. And yeah, so this is an early testing version of multiplayer. I'm sure you'll see some bugs here still. It's pretty solid, but like there's a few things that are missing feature wise. Like, so like in our friends list here, you'll see it pop up after it populates in a second here. It doesn't show like what level he is, and this is stuff we just added today actually. And so there's little things like that that are just not quite finished yet. Status messages don't display, all that sort of stuff. Like it's getting there. And you see bugs like this sometimes where that guy doesn't want to die. Oh, I went to an experience one. That's the problem. Because I'm an idiot. But now when Judd hits the hits that thing there, it will it'll give him options on which. That's teleport, by the way. That's why that looks weird. It'll give him options on things to pick. Get some gold. Oh, I'm on the wrong side. Let me flip myself back. If you have any questions, please put at Last Epoch Game in the question, and I'll make sure that I see it better and answer it quicker. For the multiplayer open weekend, will the stash carry over to the main multiplayer launch, or will there be another wipe? That's a great question. I don't have a perfect answer for you right now. I suspect... that'll be for 0.9, so I suspect it'll carry over for 0.9, but that's a good question. I don't have an answer to that. I don't know. We haven't decided. Up in the air. What do you think? Would you like to carry over? Would you not like it to carry over? I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. Because I guess the obvious thing is like it wastes people's time if the progress they make and that is not available to them when the full multiplayer launches. So like that sucks. There's then this like pressure to play to not fall behind if it does carry over, and it's sort of this like these competing factors that you're like, which one's is one of them stronger than the other? Is one of them more important than the other? So there's some tricky stuff there. I'm not sure what we're gonna go with. The people who are currently playing in the early access testing environment for the multiplayer beta, so the community tester program, that will not carry over. That is strictly separate environment from what is going to be live. Hi there, cheers from Germany. Hello. I don't know like any German, so sorry. Otherwise I would say something that I knew, but I don't. But anyways, I was wondering why you emphasized the whole performance improvements topic on one of your blog posts for the upcoming 0.9 is basically all about multiplayer. Wouldn't it be wiser in some sense to split the process apart? Feel like merging all the branches together at the end might be quite troublesome, especially testing with the QA team. Well, they all are together. Like it's I guess there was some miscommunication there because they are all together. It's all one thing. Hollow finger. Pop. Judd's portrait has a crown. Are they fixed 2D art? Are they based on equipped items? The crown is because he's the party leader, because he invited me instead of me inviting him. The portraits right now are currently fixed. The frames and the visuals that go inside the frames are currently fixed. Oh, you're saying this crown right here. Sorry. The sprites that are here for the portraits are currently fixed. In this version that I'm playing right now. I thought you meant this crown up here at the top. This will be the portrait frame. What's with the no trade? Air quotes. Are you thinking about changing this, or is this firm? The content that will be in 0.9 is gifting only. That will not change for 0.9. the what happens after that is not fixed at the moment. Hi there, cheers from Germany. Oh, same person? Oh yeah, it's the same question. Yes. Oh, I asked, but asked Last Epoch. Sorry. Yes, I saw your question. It highlights first-time user posts, so I did see yours, which is actually what prompted me to say that. But thank you for reposting it with the tag. I appreciate you. Would y'all add a raptor pack like wolf pack but raptors? Well, we do have we do have a raptor as one of the summonable companions already in the game, so I don't think we release a visual shift for wolves to raptors. Otherwise, it'd be a little confusing. Ooh, nice amulet. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Bleeding heart. Wow, wow, wow. It's actually a sweet amulet for different builds, but not for this one. Hey Mike, what will be? This is great if I die and just portal back to Judd. Haha, safety net. Don't get the reward, but still. Hey Mike, what will be the next big thing except 3 classes after multiplayer? 0.9 is out. Yeah. I don't know if there's anything that we've announced yet that I can talk about. But I guess I can just talk generally of stuff that's going to come out, like not time frame wise talk about. Just talk about the style of content that we'll be looking to release more of. And so that will include things. Nice base, but that's about it. That'll include things like new dungeons, new activities that will get woven into the monolith. Are just like new major systems in general will get added eventually as well. And these I know I'm being kind of vague about this. It's just sort of like things that get added to games like this. I guess I don't have to worry about what Judd's picking either, because I can just take stuff for myself and be greedy. So I'm gonna go bows. Yeah, it's there's stuff coming. I don't know how to say it otherwise. Another one. Oh, LP on that one. Nice. All transformed. Neither of us are running transform builds, so womp. What content's coming? Wow. All right. Oh, did you go to the EOT? Whoops. I should have looked. Huh. We're doing this one, weren't we? Alright, let's hop back into the monolith, because Mike is dum-dum, and yeah, let's go somewhere else. Are the XP tomes working yet? Kane, are the XP tomes working yet? I can't remember. If they are, I'm gonna go here. If not, I'm not. There's that delay. Okay, let's go to another one in the meantime. Daily for time and something. Yeah, sure, you can do it. XP tomes. Oh, this is a multi. So if you missed it, if everyone missed it, the patch version in the top left corner might look a little bit weird, and the party frames might look a little bit weird. So I'm not actually playing the same game build that I usually play on stream. Ooh, belts. This comes with physical skill still? It does. Ooh, but I do have, yeah. But I guess okay. So back to the question that I guess talked about earlier. There's been some talk of like not having more content for the game announced yet. And it depends pretty heavily on your definition of content. I know it's such a cop-out answer. I would argue that we've already announced more content for 0.9, and after that as well. But there's legitimate arguments to say otherwise as well. And we do have plans for by much more narrow definitions of content than I would usually put myself to be included at 1.0. Can't really tell you anything about it yet, though. And like it's just planned at this point too. So who knows what'll happen? Could be more, could be less, could be a boat. You know how much we want one of those. All right, let me find another real question here instead of me just rambling. Can I get a Spino pet for Beastmaster in the future? Spino? I don't know what that is. Sorry. Probably not. Maybe if it makes sense with MCX for converting one of the other pets that already exists. Hey Mike, I've been following Last Epoch for a while now, and may finally be able to purchase a supporter pack. As someone who loves to collect things in games, I was wondering, would previous pets or items be available for purchase? I'd love to get them somehow. The ones that were included in, say for example, the Kickstarter packs or the Alpha packs will never be available again. Those were thank yous to people who were supporting us when we had very little to show for our efforts, and we're coming in on pretty much faith alone that we were going to make something cool one day. And yeah, so the ones that are available now are the only ones that are available. No worries, German is way too hard to learn. One more question. On which pipeline are you on in Unity, HDRP or URP? I think URP. I think so. We were considering switching, but there were some issues. I think. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong on that one. This might be a rather technical question. It is, but that's totally fine. Just wondering what your thought process behind that was from a dev, from one dev to another. We're a little bit outside of my area of expertise personally. From what I understand, if I remember correctly, URP, Unified Render Pipeline, or Universal Render Pipeline, one of those two, I don't know what the U actually stands for, was the original one, and HDRP was released more recently, and there was a significant process just got smacked down. My goodness. There was a significant technical overhead to convert everything over to it, so we didn't. I think all that was right. Okay, let's keep going here. After I get my butt kicked. I'm also doing empowered monoliths at like level 84 with no legendaries, and just a couple uniques and like 1 exalted? 2 exalted, 3 exalteds. Those rings are iffy. Will the XP for 90 to 100 range be harder to hit in 0.9, or will it stay super easy? We do. I don't think we've changed anything yet with it. We do plan to stretch the super high end of the leveling curve a little bit, and then look and reevaluate and possibly stretch it more, possibly recondense it. It's going to be based on feedback as well. But the way it is right now in the live version, generally we feel it's a little bit too fast to get from to hit 100, specifically in the time it takes to get from the higher levels. So like we don't really want to touch the time too much. I'm sure we'll make small adjustments to it, but we don't really want to make big changes to the time it takes to get to like where I am right now, like 84. That's like that time's fine. That's where we expect people to be getting characters to pretty frequently, pretty easily. 90, 95 seems like a reasonable place for most characters to get to. It's that 95 to 100 where it's like this is too easy. Not too easy, but too quick, I think is rather a better term. I do have potions and I do know how to use them, I swear. Let's see with this one. I might be just going a little bit too hard. Excuse me. Okay. Yeah. Is it me, Nat? Oh, sorry. I gotta pay attention if I'm gonna play this hard. I had no idea about that. If that's the case, I apologize. And it was not our intention to make any sort of statement like that, as we are not. At all. Spino is short for Spinosaurus. Oh, cool. I mean, various dinosaurs are in the game, and different types of dinosaurs make total sense to have things like that. I would say having different dinosaurs take the place of raptors in MTX is something that's reasonable and probably will continue to happen as we go forward. There's not one of those planned right now. What am I? Oh, my resistances are hurting. I know I've not terrible crit strike avoidance, but it's not capped. I do have this. Oh, it is capped because of that, right? I know how this works. All right. If you start development before standard pipeline, that discussion saying URP decision to stay on URP makes sense. Yeah. Just hopped into the game with 0.5, however, still enjoying it. Thanks for answering the best you could. Have a fantastic day on stream. Thank you. You're welcome. Yes, we did start development before HDRP existed, or was supported in the version of Unity that we were using. I don't even know if we're on a version right now that supports it anyways. I think we must be, because we considered switching. That may have been part of it. That may have been part of it that we had to switch versions of Unity too. Which we didn't want to do unless we had to. How does the Diablo 4 release date announcement affect your plans for 1.0? It will. There's some things about how it affects us that I'm not really willing to share. There's some things about how it affects us that I don't know. The overall, not much really. You know, we're definitely going to take into account when it is coming out, and I hope it's pretty obvious that we're not going to plan on releasing 1.0 on like the same day as Diablo 4's release date. So like it gives us a little bit of a date to stay away from, I guess, to some degree. And it is really nice to have that number, that we know what it is ahead of time. There weren't really any surprises there, so it didn't really like learning it kind of just said, you know, like, good, there you go. More than anything, it was instead of like learning it, then oh my god, we gotta scramble and change a bunch of stuff. Oh no. Oh, come on. Wow. I do not think that I'm actually strong enough to do this, because these defensive stats are just a little flimsy. You know, I might switch and go do a level 91 instead. What do we got here? Cold Res, Frailty. Oh, I can't much about. Both really good ones. Let's do this because we don't need the critical strike of avoidance because we do have that armor. We do want to switch off that armor at some point, though, don't we? Let's go hop in here. From what I can tell you, if you are this deep in development as of right now, don't switch. Yeah, starting from scratch would be wiser then. Yeah, switching will be very messy reference process you don't want to deal with. Besides, the game's selling point is look at our if the game's selling point is not look at our graphics, there's no point doing it anyways. I mean, we do try to push the graphics quality as best we can, and push that as nice of a get that looking as nice as possible for sure. But yeah, I mean, we try to make the graphics as simultaneously. I know these are kind of at odds with each other, but simultaneously as nice as possible and as accessible as possible. So if there's someone who's running a less powerful computer, they're still able to play the game and have fun with it, and someone who's running a mega powerful computer can play the game and really be able to take advantage of that hardware that they've invested in as best we can. 445 armor G's. Yeah, I'm a little squishy, okay? Leave me alone. Not my fault. Yeah, I'm a little squishy. Maybe a lot squishy. Let's just go right and try one of these bad boys right here. You know? Let's have some fun with it. Come here, Shade. Oh no. See, we're fighting bugs. Judd, join me? Is Judd here? Judd's here. Well, now we're just set. Is he down here? Must be down here. Nailed it. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. Thanks, Thesis Judd. I probably needed it. that on my index fingers Surprisingly annoying. In the last couple of weeks, I've noticed a couple of cool animated shorts where am I? Animated shorts. Is that a hint that we might get a cutscene in 0.09? I don't know if they're going to be there in 0.9, but we are looking for more varied storytelling methods throughout the game, including a little more cinematic presence. This is it's a very long-term project that we've been working on for a while now, and we've been teasing little things like it, but the full details of what that's going to be and where you're going to see them and all that sort of stuff still a little bit hidden. But yeah, we want to have more cinematic storytelling moments, not and I really want to stress this as well. We don't want to force people into here, watch this 5-minute video in order to advance moments. That's not awesome. But I think a lot of people miss huge chunks of the story because they don't like to stop and read the dialogue options that are available, and that's totally understandable. But so we're trying to make the we're trying to make the storytelling a little bit more passive's the wrong word, but make players be able to absorb the storyline a little bit more passively. If that makes any sense. So just like by playing the game, you get more of it. And that comes from a lot of different things, like just environmental storytelling is a really strong part of that, I think, and that's something we actually do pretty well in a few spots, where like you'll be in an area and you'll have some sort of mission or story event that happens there, and you'll come back to it later in the game, and it'll look completely different because it's a different era in time, but it's the same area, and hopefully, the first time that happens is when you first grab the Epoch and you get sent to the spoiler alert ruined era, and it's the exact same physical area, but you are, it clearly looks very different. And that's a passive storytelling, I think. Judd said something, I missed it. What did he say? We need to take a PvP. Exactly. Looking forward to pranking my friends by adding a series of terrible modifiers and inviting them to party. To be fair, I'm pretty sure that this active modifiers list on the right does show up for all party members, so they'll know immediately. But good try. Will cutscenes be skippable? Majasa cutscene is not skippable. Will that change? The Majasa... Oh, something's happened here. This is not good. The Majasa one's a very early version. Judd just went into the portal too. Oh, nice. Okay, sweet. It's here. It was just taking its time. Haven't seen anything like that in quite a while, but this is why we're not released yet. Yes, cutscenes will be skippable. That Majasa one actually was skippable the first time we put it in, and we had to disable the skipping because of some bugs that it caused by being able to skip it. And didn't get the fix out in time. So, which really unfortunately lasted a long time. All right, more questions. You may also at some points hear some new audio tracks that are in here. I don't know if we've heard any new ones yet or not, but I'd be surprised if we hadn't. This is a really niche question. Cool. Oh, I'm gonna die. Maybe not. Thanks, Judd. We may have gone the wrong way, but I'm gonna go this way anyways.
Easy. Too easy.
It's a really niche question. Is there a plan to add void damage somehow to the black hole spell? 1.0, I think the plans for black hole is not to have any void damage associated with it. Void's like, I know like what a black hole is and like kind of the theming around what void is and what it represents. It seems like it's right on point. Having void damage in the sorcerer's kit right on a skill like that is mechanically something we're really not that interested in at the moment. So I think sorcerer getting a void damage spell is probably never gonna happen. Oh, I just got sent something. Oh, I'm gonna have to look at that in a second. Did I just drop it on the ground? Oh, my amulet's so nice. That one is really nice too, actually, though. I'm gonna craft on that and try and wear it and see what happens. Any more questions? Black hole void cosmetic. Yeah, like that's more along the lines of the type of thing I could see on sorcerer.
Easy. Too easy.
But mechanically speaking, we really try to keep sorcerer. I know there's items that can make sorcerer void damage, and I think that's kind of where the question's coming from a mechanical standpoint. And I don't want to say black hole will never get void damage or anything like that, but I think sorcerer won't get void damage on like skills or in the skill trees for skills on sorcerer. And that could change, but that's currently the plan, is not to put void damage on sorcerer skills directly. Okay, I'm gonna try and do a quick craft on this. Not shattering it though. What do we need? We need the mana regen's actually really nice, isn't it? we need more resistances. Our resistances are hurting so bad. Poison's the worst one. Let's just try and slap some poison on this. Oh, Mike. Learn how to type. Okay. I'm actually going to reroll this because we don't care about shock in the slightest. Yeah, dodge rating is nice, but it's not what we want. Fire res, we're so high on fire res, but I mean, we'll pull fire res out of somewhere else. We lose some fizz res. The crit chance and the ignite chance hurt a little bit. Oh, these are great. Where's our fire res coming from? We just have a lot of passive fire res just from things. It's fine. Yeah, Sork. Tamaggio, I think Sork is likely to stay very strictly elemental focused.
Easy. Too easy.
And if this is anyone's first time here, I do choose my words extremely carefully. Or try to, at least. Oh, there's a new texture for these guys, too? Ooh, we'll see that soon. Yeah, he just mentioned it. He's gonna portal out and get the new texture. I bet anything. Yeah, there it goes. Oh, I'll get Kane to do it. Kane, if you're here, which I'm assuming you are, could you grab me the new Oh, John's gonna do it. Never mind. I shall protect you. Or maybe not. Nah, I will. It's the sort of crap we get up to when we're testing. How many enemies can I aggro? Oh no, they're following me. Whatever shall I do? It's okay, there's no one here. I'm not gonna actually kill him. We're gonna do this properly and stick this in our stream images. Oh, I don't know why I find that so funny. Here we go. Transform. Center on screen. Lock it. Make it visible. Haha! There we go. That's the new texture for the Joth Bears in our game, who can teleport. Oh, I just realized you guys can't see chat. So every time I laugh about chat, you guys can't see it. I should flip myself. so you guys can see chat. Because Judd's been talking to me this whole time. Yeah, that's a bear that really shouldn't exist. As comparison to what they look like now. Is multiplayer a thing now? No, multiplayer's not a thing now. Multiplayer will be a thing March 9th. We're just giving a little preview of where we're at with multiplayer, what it looks like. I thought I would be alone today, and Judd just decided he wanted to come join. But yeah, this is what multiplayer looks like in our current internal testing version of the game that the community testers are playing with. Oh, did I disable that? Yeah, so this is what if you've seen people like, oh, they're in the CT program, this is what they're playing. And I will say that there's a lot of things that are doing really well, really polished, and that we're gonna hit a few bugs, and we have hit a few bugs. So I'm really not trying to avoid things to whitewash what's like. To avoid bugs, really. I'm just playing the character I play when we do testing, and doing stuff that I would do. There's a couple things that aren't in yet that I won't go to because of that. Like I won't go to the I can't remember the name of the fire necrotic dungeon. I won't go there because it's just like not in the game right now. Missed that shot completely. And I will say I am also intentionally avoiding opening the skills menu and opening the passives menu. So sorry, the mechanical changes to those are not, I'm not going to show you those. So I'm hiding a few things that are still need to have something to show for patch notes, you know. Multiplayer will be available March 9th for everybody. Here we go. Oh, it's a bit of a mess. Bit of a mess. Careful, Judd. I would love to go do we could go make these legendary. I think I've got some that I was planning on. Yeah, I was gonna try and hit the crit avoidance there, and that with the blessing that I have would max out, and I could switch my chest piece out. You think about it, March is not that far away. I know. There's there's still a lot to do. Do I have any +4 meteor fire damage idols? Ah. Shred armor. No, we don't have any armor to shred, that's fine. Arena ladder split by group size. Yeah, that's the plan right now. Aaron, hi! Hi, Mike, what have I missed? You're late! You have missed stuff, you are late! It's okay, though. We've, I mean, you might notice some things on the screen that are a little different than usual, just in general. But other than that, we showed off our new 2D art for a just telling me to get moving. We showed off a new 2D art for the Jolly Fair. No, 3D art. Sorry, 2D image of the new 3D art. Because that Joth bear that's in game right now is just a normal bear that I think Judd took the texture for, and just like drew some runes in the side of it, and just like slapped it back in as a new texture. Is this CT? Yes, this is the CT. You can see the patch right there. Yes, this is build version 0.8.12 or 12. It's 12. 0.8.12. Which I know doesn't make any sense in the way numbers work, but it works the way that patch versioning works. It's not a decimal, it's a sub-version number. Judd's meteor just like blew up everything there. I was like, okay, well. Alright. Yeah, I ran into some problems trying to do empowered monos on my own and got my butt kicked and had to drop it down to 90s on my own because I'm a noob. Womp womp. Yeah. I don't know why I got excited about that. There's no good belts for me in set items right now. Are the... Yeah, okay, yeah, damage changes are in, actually. This is what I was talking about before. I've been over this like several times, but if you notice the damage on my bow is just 60 bow damage, and then the affix line is 19 bow fire damage. So this is how it's gonna look. And a lot of people were very curious about that. If the bears at our zoo could teleport, I bet they would mostly use it to plop themselves in front of food without having to get up and lay on the floor. Very silly, lazy seeming animals. Yeah, pandas. Pandas are funny. Pandas are very funny. Get out of those. Those moonbeams hurt a lot. What are we doing here? Ooh. Out of your call. Hey, out of his call. There we go. Twice as many meteors. I don't know if we can handle that many meteors. It's a lot of meteors.
Easy.
Oh, that was such a lucky timing. Did you see that? They just appeared and exploded at the exact same moment. That was cool. I'm just like going the wrong way. Wait, am I going the wrong way? No, I'm not. How many weeks am I taking off for Christmas? When will each be back streaming? I'm taking off at least 1 week for streaming. And personally, I've actually been off all this week too. I just came back to stream. And I hope you're not seen that way because I've still been in forums and everything. But yeah, habit forming activities of just going to the forums and talking to people. Anyways, at least 1, maybe 2. We might take 2 off, but it'll definitely be 1. There's a Friday right before New Year's that, if I'm around, I'll just do it. But that'll be a pretty light one. There won't be any spoilers on that one. So if I do that one, it'll just be because I feel like it and it's fun. Oh, that haste shrine. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. I love how fast that portal takes you back. Oh my goodness. It's just the best. Yeah, I'll just that New Year's one I just won't do. But yeah, this is the last stream of the year. We will be back on January 6th. So that's better than being wishy-washy about it. You want to fill in stream CT? No, sorry, Aaron. Good try, though. Good try. Have a good time, Tamaggio. I hope you have a good Christmas. I hope you eat whatever food makes you happiest. As long as it's legal. There's some wild foods out there that I've like learned about recently that are like some stuff that you're like, that's a thing? But why? Ooh. Yeah, look at that. Triple. Nice. Yeah, let's go get a unique here. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be awesome. I've been planning a side note, because there's no questions right now, but if you do have questions, please put them up here and I'll answer them. Happy to be interrupted. Just a little update for things I've been doing, because I feel like it. I've been deciding to make my own magic booster cube. So I've been going through old sets and picking out and like curating booster packs that are like for Magic the Gathering. That are like 20 card packs for doing drafts with. And so having like 32 packs of packs, like random packs throughout Magic's history. And I've been getting those all made up. And I've been printing. I designed and printing. I like the old ones. I designed and printed my own little booster packs, resealable booster packs, and a little tray to have them to put them in. Huh? Huh? Look at that. Not very good in Blender yet, but I'm getting better. I did not get any of the 30th anniversary stuff, and even if I did, I wouldn't admit to it. Because that's how you get chastised on the internet. Thoughts on Henry Cavill starting Warhammer 40k Cinematic Universal? Starting a Warhammer 40k Cinematic Universal. No, what? Henry Cavill's joining. I did not know that. Henry Cavill's so cool. Just putting that out there. He's awesome. Big Henry Cavill fan. I don't know why I'm still in here. Let's get out of here. Kind of useless for me. He's going to Amazon, trying his hand with Amazon. He's done with Netflix, I guess. Yeah, I started replaying The Witcher 3 actually, and someone made a mod. I couldn't bring myself to put it on. I almost did, but someone made a mod to put his face into The Witcher 3. Except like there's like a cinematic version and then like a scarred up version that's like even more intense. But yeah, like one that's designed to make him look older because he's a lot older in Witcher 3 game than he is in the TV show. Oh, this is not going great. Right now. Feels good, nice. Oh! Oh! Why? What's... No, come on. Let me... Ah! Well, I won't get any rewards now. Womp womp. Was that a new unique? Did I just accidentally leak a new unique? Oh no. Mike, you ruiner. Well, I guess there's your second leak for the day. I dropped it. Like I didn't pick it up, it's gone. I did not think that was new. This is the problem with it being so long, is I don't even know it's new anymore. People are like, what's new coming? I'm like, oh, that's been in the game forever, so that doesn't count. That's not new. I don't have to talk about that. That's funny. And there, you may not even notice it, but because I was clicking slightly above my character right as I pressed portal, you didn't even see the portal open. I just portaled instantly. But yeah, so Judd got his stuff, but I didn't because I failed. Yeah, McMagic, you might be in the same boat, yeah. Just go search one of the sites and see what shows up there. I started a rogue Sanic Fast. I do love like shift. It's such a great like repositioning ability. It fits the rogue's toolkit so well. We got it already. Oh yeah. Pew pew. Here we go. Ding! Ding, 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 ding. Ding, level up, ding, level up, ding, level up, ding, level up. Would you like a passive point with that? Would you like a passive point with that? Nailed it. Yeah. Arinaki. We're getting close here. I'd like to hit this boss if we can. Chill on hit. I'd rather not face that. Slow on hit. I'd rather not face that. Glancing blow's not terrible, but I think I'm gonna do with high health increased damage. It's not a unique. Yes! I'm not terrible. Well, I am terrible, but not that terrible. That was weird. There's like no enemies there. What are you doing? Ooh, what am I doing? Don't see a teaser after you died. Well, no, like collectively we didn't die. Like Judd survived, so you know there was no party wipe. It's I know I abbreviate it to my deaths, but really it's party wipes that we do it on. That's cheating. Yeah, well, good when you make the rules. I always liked the co-op games where you would play through a level that would show stats for who did the most damage and reward accordingly. Have you talked about the that inside of monos with multiplayer could be fun, compete a bit for most kills or damage? I think systems. So we have considered that, and we're likely not going to do anything like that. It's not impossible, but as far as like a core game mechanic, I think it's extremely unlikely that we would do that. It might be something that you'd see as like a I'm like leery about looking at mousing over uniques now, actually. the reason why I think it's a great fit in games like, for example, Gauntlet Legends. Gauntlet Legends? The more recent Gauntlet game came out like 8 years ago, 9 years ago or something. Games like that are really good for it because it's giving you a generally set toolkit and expectation for each player in the party. In an ARPG like this, or even in like say an MMO, or games where not everyone in the party has the same reasonable expectation of damage, it can put people at a it's lost before it's begun situation. So like you're walking into the mono, and it's a foregone conclusion that the mage that has basically just meteor and fireball and like just damaging abilities is gonna just inherently always just do better than the paladin who's just there with healing abilities. And it's just like they've got like holy aura and sigils of hope and healing hands, and it's just like it's all there is to heal. So it puts pressure on people to not play the way they want to play. And one of the things we really like to try and do as much as possible is give people the opportunity to make characters that might not be quite as traditional, or to make support characters, or to make tank characters, so it's less about DPS. And then you get into like weird ways of trying to track the players involvement in those activities. So it's like, okay, well, so you're playing a support character, and now we're going to try and track your progress is the wrong word, input, quality of your play, the quality of your contribution to trying to quantify your contribution to the party's ability to finish and complete missions or echoes or anything like that, is really difficult when you're not measuring apples to apples. So if you're measuring DPS to heals, that's really difficult to do, because if you just say, okay, well, the person who healed the most, like, or not healed the most, but like say like, okay, 1 point of healing is worth 1 point of damage. Okay, what if you suddenly have people in your group that are all about mitigating damage, or people who are all about having high health pools? So like, the amount of heals that you're doing changes dramatically. Or like maybe the way you're supporting your team is by doing a lot of crowd control and stuns, and you're splitting up the party, splitting up the party, the enemies you're fighting, in order to make it easier to deal with, like your time shifting enemies, or your stunning things, and it's those things are really hard to quantify, to actually say like who contributed more, and give more rewards that way. On top of that, you can also then start to kind of, and this is going to sound ironic given what we just announced, but you can, if you want, you could intentionally funnel things onto one player a little bit easier as well. There'd be just another mechanism for that. And then you get into like the public groups not being happy about, like, oh, well, like, I want more stuff or something. Like there's also social aspects that come into it as well. I think that those systems like that work really fantastic for couch co-op games, where it's like a little mini competition every single run, and it's like, oh, you got me this time, but I'll beat you next time, and that sort of stuff. And so that's why I use Gauntlet Legends as a really good example, for where a system like that works really well. I could see it being a fun, like a dungeon, a specific dungeon that works that way, and everyone knows that going into that dungeon, that's what you're gonna do. But having it be such a primary part of the core endgame system, like the monolith as a whole, I doubt we do. That's a good question. I like that question. I don't know how, like, I read it for a long time ago, but then I completely forgot about it and was reminded of it last night when I was reading something else. And it's the if you ever wondered about game design as like a something to do, or like more information about it, there's a really short description of different roles in game design and game development, stemming from a game design perspective, and it's called the door problem. It's a 5-minute read at most. Tiny little thing, but I highly recommend checking it out if you're at all interested in that sort of stuff. I do really want to get more dynamic activities involved in the monolith in general. I think that's a pretty common request, and something that we are hoping to expand upon. And like, yeah, really bring. I think that'll really bring it to life a lot more. Is those dynamic elements in the monolith, which is something that's missing a little bit. We have several. Oh, Judd went down hard. Okay, let's try to not die here. Is he coming back?
Too easy.
Judd, don't forget, everyone can see what you type. Just heads up. I know that wasn't bad, but how's the last 3 masteries going? We haven't touched them in quite a while. They'll be a big focus in the new year for us. So close. I just want to hit that. Go there. Can I go here? Can I go here? Can I go here? Glancing blow. Not ideal. We go here, and that'll be enough. Last year Master is gonna be a lot of fun, though. I know, like, you can say that it's sort of a empty statement to say, but I think they're gonna be a lot of fun. Jed, you're listening to me through the stream with a delay. Do you want to come in here? Don't have to. Ah, got it. No problem. It's probably a busy household then, eh? I just noticed I say it there, but like, I never realized how much I say A until I started working on an international team. It's one of those Canadian stereotypes that is very true. We say A a lot. Curious, are they done one at a time or all 3 at the same time? Well, we tend to work on one at a time. In the like early design stages. And then once we get past those early design stages, we end up sort of we end up splitting up the tasks into more fine tasks, and they start going side by side. So like when you're into the like okay, all the design work's done, and we're into let's implement the warlock's third skill and all the nodes associated with it that are designed. We can like give that to a team, and then like they'll be working on that, whilst maybe someone else is working on implementing the like say the Rune Master's fourth ability or something. I don't know, picking random numbers. So those things can happen in parallel. But for the like bigger, more broader sweeping conversations, we usually do them one at a time to focus on one gameplay aspect at a time. But those are pretty much done. And apparently Judd's gonna fire whoever tuned the Diamond Matrix. Or maybe we should just fire whoever tuned Meteor, huh? Kidding. Just in case anyone's wondering, this is all a joke. Just to be clear. Not nearly an high enough Deep Sun Meteor, yeah. Oh yeah. Now we can do it. Alright, Judd, we're going to kill Orbis, or Shade of Orbis. Drink lots of water, eh? Yeah, Kane, it is pretty true, eh? This is one of the more personal questions. Looking back, did you expect this project to take as much effort and be as big as it is right now? And what do you think your proudest moment is of all of it? Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's a huge question. That's a let me think about that for a week type question. I definitely was, when we first started this, I had no idea that this would be as huge of a project, as in so many different ways. Like the amount of work it would take, the amount of time it would take, the size of the game, like what there is to do in the game size, the size of the like number of people who are interested in it, like the scale in every single way you can talk about the scale is bigger than I expected it to be originally. And it's always what you hope, but you never expect it, you know. And no, it's so much. It's fantastic. It's wonderful that there's that this game is doing what it's doing right now, and I'm thrilled about it. Proudest moment of all, the 084 launch was a huge launch that felt really great. It's always launches though. I think, and there's a few individual moments of like finishing a certain thing, like the first time we played on our current architecture online. Yeah, lots of things like that. I'm just waiting until Judd was done doing stuff. You gotta see the little book over his head that was indicating that. The Kickstarter, the day that the Kickstarter rolled over past the like it's been funded moment, which was on the like day 28 of 31, was a pretty huge moment. I'm kind of just going through all the times that I cried while working on this game. I really like this moveset. Boots. Ideas for you got Mike's tears. Falconer class coming anytime soon. Falconer class will be coming with 1.0. Not before, but at 1.0 exactly. The boss fight music still playing. That's funny. Gotta do one more. Didn't quite make it. Thank you, bro. You had a lot of fun playing Ellie. I'm glad you've had a lot of fun playing Ellie. I've had a lot of fun playing Ellie too. Makes me feel good when I hear people say that. Less damage taken from avalanche tears. I love it. Specifically avalanche. And that moment you realize that the move the enemies use is actually called enemy avalanche, not avalanche, and you go, oh no. Wait, you're playing Last Epoch 2? I'm playing Last Epoch TOO. Ah. Good one, though. Thanks, Dad. Sorry for the loaded question. That's okay. Thank you for everything. Keep up the great work. I'm definitely going to be supporting things that you and Ishi have going on now and into the future. That's cool. Thank you. I appreciate that. We'll try to live up to the standard. I really want to put my passive point in. That little plus is just like eating away at my soul, but I don't want to open my passive screen. It's like a ringing phone. That glowing button must be pressed. A few little hiccups and bugs here and there along here, but I'm not doing too bad. Got him. Arglos. Me every time I'm like, I must check it. Yeah. Oops. Oh, no, it's gonna trigger it. Did I trigger it? I pressed it too many times. Oh, Mike's an idiot. Is the mage not moving on purpose or is it a sync issue? He's teleporting around. And so you're just seeing him teleporting. Like, using the ability to teleport. May have lost that unique that was there, which was not awesome. But that's okay. We're going for it, Judd. We're going to fight the boss. It's going to be a few. across here, right? Yeah. Oh, you gotta go down there first to open that up, right? Not that thing. It's further. Hero time! Hero time. That's a lot of cold damage coming out. What do you want for Christmas? What do I want for Christmas? I want... I don't... that's a question that I have such a hard time answering. And part of it's because I spend so much of my time on my computer. I'm like, either on my computer, taking care of a small child, or playing video games. A smooth 0.9 launch is what I asked Santa for every night. Yeah, that would be the best Christmas present ever. A smooth 0.9 launch. Oh, if Santa showed up with like a letter that said 0.9 is gonna go so well, I would sleep like a baby every night. Like, there's an extra 2 hours of sleep every night for me, easily. A box of honeybees? No, thank you. There are people way better equipped to take care of a box of honeybees in the world than me. I did ask my dad for some more filament for my printer, because I've been eating it all up making these booster packs. Many people, myself included, often have problems figuring out what items actually improve their DPS. The tooltip in RPGs tend to not be very accurate. Is there anything that Last Epoch has that addresses that problem? Our tooltip DPS is not overly accurate either. We're working on improving it. Part of the problem is so much of so many mechanics that are really interesting and fun to play with. They talk a lot about how well or proccing abilities, or synergies between abilities, or using cooldowns efficiently, or chaining buffs together properly. So like, say you have an ability that says your next, say you have a fire attack and a physical attack and a cold attack. Let's go fire, cold, lightning. Those three. And so you've got fire, cold, lightning attack, and each one of them says, like, your next physical attack will deal more damage. And so if you use the like the fire, then the frost, then and each one of them has like a unique buff, let's say. So if you use all three of them before you use your physical attack, the physical attack goes way up in damage. Or if you just use the physical attack on its own, it's way less damage. So calculating the amount of time it takes to use those other abilities and applying that as a ratio of the buffs that it will apply to the final ability, like the payoff ability, as opposed to just using that final ability, relative to the number of enemies that it's going to hit for each one of those things, is so impossible to calculate. And we we kind of say sometimes when we're doing the DPS calculations, like, okay, well, this ability will usually, when you're using it in a swarm, it'll usually hit like 3 things. Let's say on average, it'll hit 3 things. So we'll assume you're hitting most of the time 3 things with this ability. Okay, but then this one's like, it's only a single target ability, so you're only ever hitting 1 thing with it. And so sometimes we'll try and use that in the calculation. Sometimes we won't. There's a lot of guesswork that comes in when you're dealing with trying to calculate real DPS for abilities in a game like this, because the situations that you're in is always so different, and the order that you use abilities in can have such a huge impact on the actual damage you're dealing. That all we can really calculate is, if you were to use this ability right now, how much damage would it deal when you hit someone with it? Which isn't really useful in a practical situation. If you want to calculate real DPS of an ability. So what we try and generally do, the way we try and handle it, is less about trying to calculate your DPS, your total actual real DPS, and more try to give relatively accurate DPS changes based on gear changes. So if you were to like equip this bow over that bow, what happens to your DPS on it? And you can kind of get like, okay, well, it went up like 10%. And so while the number might be wrong, the relative damage is hopefully fairly close, to give a better idea on like if something's better or not. Now, it's definitely not perfectly accurate at all yet, and we are working to improve that. And there's certain times where certain abilities are like, some of the times we said like, okay, well, this usually hits more targets, or like isn't a good idea, or say there's times where we've like missed pieces of the calculation, say like, okay, well, there could be this other thing that could be affecting the damage, and we've just forgotten to account for it, or there's lots of different things, because the damage that an ability actually deals is calculated when it deals the damage, not when the ability is used. So when a fireball goes out, when you press when I press the ability to shoot Cinestrike here, the damage that it basically just conveys a whole bunch of stats onto that ability, and then when the ability actually hits something, it calculates how much damage it's gonna do. Because there's a lot of things that can be happening on the target as well. So like, just chance to shred, like chance to apply fire shred on hit is like such a difficult thing to calculate for DPS. And like party composition matters a ton too, because like say you're playing a build that scales really well with fire shred, but you have no fire shred in your build whatsoever, because you're playing with someone who's going to apply max fire shred stacks like instantly with some ability, because it's just going to hit so fast, and they have like 800% fire shred chance. So you just like, because you're with them, fire shred's great. But adding fire shred to your build would do nothing, because they're already hitting a max stacks of fire shred very, very quickly, or effectively would do nothing. But then you get an item, so you have no gloves equipped, and you get an item that puts fire shred chance on hit for your gloves. Technically, it's not increasing your DPS at all, because even though it would solo, but because you're in a party, it does more. It does less, because someone else is already applying that same stat. So there's so many conditionals, and there's so many situational changes, and there's so many little things like that like we just can't account for. So we do our best to try and provide the best, like, okay, if I equip this, like I have my Cinestrike, it's at 4494, and I equip this and it's now at 4162. Like that difference, it's actually probably pretty good in this case, because this bow's better, but not by a huge margin. Yeah. It's a very tricky thing to do, and in getting feedback on which things are overestimated and underestimated from people is a really valuable tool. for figuring that out. I'm ready whenever you are, Judd. Plans for uniques based around number of players in the party. Unlikely. Oh, you're up there. What am I doing? I would say number of players in the party is something that we may kind of apply to items as like an incidental's the wrong word, but like I don't know how to say it. Like maybe you get something that says each player or like nearby allies get +5 melee attack damage. You know, that is something that scales based on the number of players in the party because it's for each ally. But I don't think we would ever do something where it's like you get +5 melee attack damage for each party member. Where you're just like getting more stats because there's more people in your party so strictly. But you know, like there are things that scale better based on more people in the party, just because it's giving it to everyone. So kinda, sorta, not really, maybe, depends on how you look at it. He's gonna dash in a second now. Yep! Nice pickup on that shrine. Full controller support would be amazing. Really looking forward to that. Yeah, that's on the list. Actually, this build here, I could plug my controller in and start playing right now. Judd's probably playing with a controller right now, actually. Multiplayer controller support is extremely new. Oh.
I must to protect my people.
Ooh, give it up for that bow drop. I'm gonna get that for sure. Endurance threshold, cold emerald channeling, freezing things. Keep current. But Reign of Winter. You know we're taking that. Judd, if you got one with LP on it, let me know. Oh, he did get one with LP on it. Can I have it, please? Huh? Huh? I'll give you one without. Woo! Thanks, buddy. Do you want one without? I've got two. Alright. I'm gonna assume... Nope, it's this one. Oh, it's highlighted, so it tells you which one it is. We don't have enough time to go through that dungeon, or else I'd do one. And probably apply that. It is all cold. I'm doing fire, but oh, it's so pretty. Let's go hop back into here. Thinking about LE being an online game moving forward, will skills be designed with party play more in mind? Some are already, I know. Yeah, we have been designing skills with party play in mind and solo play in mind for quite a while now, and we've been trying to build up this environment where it's something that you can, you know, like playing with a friend is fun, and it's designed to work that way nicely. will you guys solve the issue where if you bind move to a mouse button, you also have to use that same bind to click on waypoint portals, NPCs, etc.? I don't think that the changing which button is used to register a click in terms of like UI elements and NPC interaction is going to change before 1.0. It might, but the way it's set up right now, that's a very big task to change. A very big task. And I know it can be frustrating for people who have really specific other setups, but it's probably not something that we'll be tackling before 1.0. It's possible, but I've been involved a lot with the setting of that up, and it is really significant change. It's quite often a lot of the small things that seem like I see this all the time, and it's like not just in Last Epoch, but like all sorts of games. And I used to say this sort of thing all the time myself, and it's just like, just do this. It's super simple, or like it can't be that hard to put this in. I'm not saying you're saying this, but like it's things that sometimes seem really quick and easy to do. There's like, I'd say most of the time, things that seem obvious, and if you're playing a game and you're like, well, they like obviously should have done this. It's so simple, it's so easy, so clear. Like anyone who's played it for more than 10 minutes should know this. There's probably some really ridiculous reason why it's just not possible, and some like insane problem that you're like, if you like really get down into it, you're like, well, yeah, that would be someone's year to fix that. Oh, good. And sometimes you have to make sacrifices like that. And I'm not saying that's what this case is, but I see a lot on forums for all sorts of games, and it's quite often not as easy as it seems to fix things that seem really easy to fix. Like often there's a really good reason, not always. Oh my, this is why, Judd, I need you, save me. Portal speed, he's here. I failed like half of these. Can we reset this? Is there a... I can do this one. Let's reset this. It's to do with the controller implementation that we're working on, yeah. Just stepping in to say hi, I love the game, and keep it up. Can't wait for multiplayer to vibe with my buddies. Cool, 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 cool. Glad to hear it. That portal is dangerous. This is an empowered shade, by the way, Jed. Oh, we got the same eyes. Oh! Did we both just get stomped? Yeah, we both just got stomped. This may have been ambitious, okay? You know, whatever. Okay, let's go here. That's with max fire res too. Okay. What's going on? There we go. Oh, that's why. Sorry, I've taken us into an impossible situation here, I think. We're right at the end of the stream too. Mike's the scapegoat. The Judsons isn't even safe. Spoiler alert, it's not. I might sound cheap, sorry about that. Doesn't matter, you don't have to worry about sounding cheap, it's okay. That does the game ever go on sale? We have gone on sale. We're not planning any more sales, I don't think, before 0.9. We're definitely not planning any more sales at the end of the year, I know that. So if you're looking to pick up before the end of the year, this will be the price until the end of the year. Yo! Welcome, Prolix. This is a slightly different version of the game. 7 versions ahead, actually. Some of those are pretty small jumps, though. Let's try and eke out one. Oh gosh, I thought it'd be empty. Apparently, I've been playing in here too much. This is totally safe. Come on, Judd.
You understand nothing, traveler.
Oh gosh. Move. Ow, my face. Oh, too late. Here we go. Can I do this? Just pop these? Oh, come on. We're both like, don't stand next to each other, in front of each other, and move the same direction. Yes! He's over there somewhere, isn't he? That way? This way? He's down there somewhere. His health potion. And his health potion. Come on. No! My face! Oh, can I get back in? See. What a way to end it. There we go. Well, that'll about do it today for us. Right into the void. All right. Well, thank you all for coming out. Thank you all for joining me today. This is our final stream for the year. If you want to get in touch with us, or I'm gonna turn this down. There we go. It's still really loud for me, but it's not super loud for you guys, I hope. If you have, here I can do this. There you go. I had a great time today. I had a lot of fun. I'm glad we got a chance to show off a little bit of our current multiplayer build. As you can see, there's still a few bugs in it. We're still working those out, and we're pushing hard for March 9th release of 0.9 multiplayer release for anyone who's playing Last Epoch, and hope to see everyone there. We will be continuing our weekly live streams starting in the new year. That'll be January 6th will be our next stream, I think. Yep, January 6th will be our next stream. if you have any questions that we didn't get to this stream, or if you're watching this on YouTube or anything like that, and you want to talk to us, get in touch with us, we will be available on Discord, Reddit, our forums, other platforms too that we lurk around in. You'll see us there. Lots of helpful community members, lots of great people, content creators you can check out as well about the game if you want to learn more information about it. And that'll about do it for us for 2022 at Last Epoch. I'm Mike. I had a great time. I hope you did too. We'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.